Hi, you're welcome back. This is Farming 14B. It's about vermin treatment, the treatment for lice, sucking lice, another type of vermin that get on cattle and cause them a lot of distress and don't thrive well, and you don't want looking at it anyway. And there's plenty of materials available in the veterinary office to deal with that, and you can buy them in some ordinary hardware shops as well. So it's 14B. Now, I get a bit of flack from a lot of left-wing people because they don't like my campaigning on conservative issues, and they say there's nobody watching my YouTube channels. Well, I have over 5,000 in total since I set it up, but I have a good few videos there, and some of them only get 25 or 30. But it must be remembered, these are specialist subjects. I mean, not everyone is into machine tools, lathes and all that sort of stuff. Not everyone is into metalwork, woodwork and all that. And not everyone is into farming. So if you're not interested in the subject matter here, out on the farm shed, well then just turn off. There'll be something again that'll be useful. The idea of these videos is to give the benefit of what I have learned over my lifetime, and a lot of it is read, and a lot of it is from hard experience, and a lot of it is learned from other farmers and other people. So to give the benefit of that to anyone that wants to look at it, that it's not just in my head and it can't be got out there. And I'm no doubt when I talk to other people, they could learn me a thing or two. Anyway, I had my clean drinkers video. I got a bit of flack because people said it was about drinking alcohol. No, it's about the problem of effluent getting into the drinkers in cattle sheds. And I'm going to pause here now for a moment and just have a wee look at how it's faring out. I think it's six weeks since I did it. So here we see, no problem. And here we see something I want to just show you. Here we have the little calf. He's a whaling, about 10 months or 11. And I think you can see him there. Why don't I just get it better for you? There he is. He's standing up on it. See the 2 feet? He's standing up on the plinth. And that's the beauty of it. See that now? I hope you see that. So there he is. And it means that he can get a drink a lot easier. Now the other thing you'll notice that there's no dirt in the drinker. Now I strongly advise teaming these out every few days, maybe every 4 days. Right? I'll just. This is the recommended shovel for scoop. Right? I bought that in Paul's Co-op in Cavan. That's the one. Get one of them, or have a couple of them there. They're very handy and they're square and they work great. So now I'm going to stop again. Now the next thing is dosing them for vermin, right? And I want to show you how I do it. This is January now, and they'll all have a bit of lice and sucking lice and all that. So this stuff is Ecotospec, ECTOSPEC, and you get it from any veterinary office or any hardware shop that deals in animal medicines. There's several of them on the market. Just be careful whether they're pour on or injecting or whatever they are. A pour on is the one I use. It's by far and away the handiest. Okay, so the first thing I do is put my cattle in the chute, and you'll have about 1 in 9 that'll be head downers. They'll put their head down and they won't let you get to their head. Now you can start walloping them with a stick and all that, but I prefer to take account of that by letting them on to the front. In other words, deal with every animal, letting the ones with their head down put their head out through the sculling gate, so you can get at them out there. And just be careful not to get your fingers between the beast's head and the bar going across the sculling gate, because you'll lose fingers. And also keep a little bit of distance. So the first thing I do when I'm going to put on the stuff on their back for the lice is I clip their tails. Now, it's no harm to clip their tails anyway, but one thing about clipping their tails is it makes the animal a bit more passive, okay? So you mightn't be able to see it here. Just pull it out. Don't know, can you see it there? No, I'll have to move the camera a little bit. Yeah, I think you can see there. Yeah, so clip the tail. I'll just adjust the camera a little bit better. Okay, now, I'm in my own way there, I'm in my own light, sorry about that. So here's the tail. It'll always be dirty in the shed. Clip it. But be careful not to nip them. Now the effect of clipping the tail is it makes them more passive, but it's good practice anyway. So the next thing you do then is to clip the animal up here on the back, at the mane. Now many people don't bother clipping the hair, but you're putting a pour on, why not give it a chance of getting straight down? And then another one here. I do it in the very centre. Just clip enough in the very centre. Now, I do one here, one here. Now, you can do one around here. But the problem is, there's a spot on the cow's back, or the animal's back, where they can lick. And if you can avoid getting the stuff on that, all the better. Now, some will tell you that when they lick it, they take it in on their tongues. Okay, but I don't like that. I prefer to do it the way it's recommended. So I try and avoid the area. Clip an area near hand, like that. Here is where they're licking. You can see the lick. That's the place. Now, you can put a little bit, but if you do, put it in the very middle, so that it's as hard as they can to get at it, like that. Now, I put very little there. So put it in these places here. Cut a good bit. Now, up here between the shoulders. They can't get there. Clip a good bit there. Up there between the shoulders. Now, the next thing is you normally have a bare place here where they're rubbing the what do you call it, the feeder, the gate for feeding. So clip another bit here. Now the next thing then is clip the ears. So you can read the tag. That can be a bit of a job. So now, folks, I've clipped a few spots that I intend to put the stuff on, and and I've also clipped the ear tag. So the next thing is, if you get them in the best position, is pour out your stuff. This is 10 mils. Put another little bit there. I have all done Barry calf. So you're always trying to have enough left over. Now, you can put a little extra on. I've never known it do any harm. A little extra on. Now, you should have a glove in the hand you're handling this stuff. And it's very important to have the top bit this way. You pour this way. You don't pour the other way. Otherwise, the stuff will run in. When you twist this, the stuff can't run. It can only stay in the bottle. So then you leave this tight, because it doesn't get airlocked. Put this in your pocket. Old coat, old clothes. So now, you now go up, and the thing is to get it here. Now, when you're putting it on the crown of the head, touch them with the bottom of the box. Because when you go to pour, they're going to jump. And they're going to knock the thing out, and you're going to waste it. So, again, hover it over them there. Give them a wee bit of time. And count about 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then put on a wee drop, and you'll notice whatever is in it, it must sting them a bit. Now that you have the first bit done, now that's what it's, remember again, when you go to put it on their head, and excuse me for having to stoop down because I have to catch the cow in the film, they'll move the minute you spill it on, but you hover it over their head for a while. Cattle spook for a while, but when you keep touching the same part, they get confused and they don't do it all the time. So right, we have this. Now here is the spot they're licking. So here's the spot they're not licking, sorry. This is over the shoulders. Here's the spot. Now you're looking at what you've left. Put a little bit where they're licking only. The least of that, the better. Because the reason they're licking there is they're itchy. They have vermin on them. But also that's the only part of the body they can get at. So do not put the stuff where they're going to lick it off, right? Now you come on the back. You're safe enough here. Now come on to the very back of the cow. I think you can. I'm not sure if you can see there. Now, when you get most of it on, you can relax a little bit. you put the last wee drop wherever you think can do the most good. This cow doesn't seem to be so bad, but some of mine are. So, right, we see it there. We can put another wee bit up here at the shoulders. Here's a grand place here, just over the rump, and maybe a wee bit at the back. Now, I don't actually know whether this stuff kills the lice where you put it better than where you don't put it. As I understand it, it works through the blood. Okay, well, I'm not a vet, so I can't tell you. Now I've got my stuff on, so the mission is partly accomplished. So one other very important thing, you have your register. Now, you're legally supposed to keep a register of animal medicines, but I'm told that you don't have to do it for this stuff, but I do it anyway. You might as well, because you're keeping records. Anything goes into the cattle, I put it down, whether the department likes it or whether they don't. But the thing is, the minute you get it done, you then read your tag. This one is 00040, and you write down that in the book. Right. Okay. See it here. So write that down in the book. Now, as you're letting them out, it's often wise to put when you're happy with everything's done, put another line under it like that. That's a double check. Do not do 3 or 4 and then come to write them in, because they'll do something to make you confused. Now, you know if you've been at them, because you'll see the cutting of the hair. You'll see that all right, but you won't know if you put the stuff on, if you put the pour on. So the minute you succeed in putting the pour on, you get your entry in your book, right, or some record. Because I don't care what anyone says, if you have 5 cattle up in a crush and you do them one at a time and the phone rings or something, the next thing is, oh, did I do it or did I not? That's the one thing you do when you get it done. You should get that in. So there's a set procedure. Okay, so I think that's everything now. What I do then is there any other little trimming? Maybe get a rag, a wet rag, and try and wipe the tag, if you can. And sometimes you get this effect where it's not easy doing it. So, yeah. So we get around as we're putting them out, but I do wipe the tag so you can see them maybe in bad light and that, and have no hair around it, so you can see your tag. It's very easy to be able to see your tag. So so that's basically that. But yeah, there'll be a bit. Yeah, I got her there now. So there'll be a bit rowdy be time if they're good cattle. But remember too, when you go to a beast first, if you just put your hand on them like that, they may be panicking. When you rub them a little bit, just touch them a little, they begin to get acclimatized to it, and sometimes they'll settle down a wee bit. The cutting of the tail, the trimming of the tail, I can finish it now. I think I have the scissors there. Trimming of the tail settles them. You can do another, it settles them, and it's more hygienic and it's cleaner, and they love getting it done. I've never come across a base jet that didn't like getting the tail clipped, and it's terrible to see them in the mart and the hair down to the very ground. I mean, it's not right doing that, and I wouldn't have it. So that's my video now, 14B, and everything's a bit topsy-turvy. Even the camera's a bit lopsided. But anyway, I hope that does some good. That's the way I do it. That's the way I go about it. And handling cattle is not easy. I don't care what anyone says. You're in danger of getting a kick, so you have to keep your distance. You're in danger of, when you're dosing them, of them injuring you. So there's a principle I would bring. It was used in the army, in fighting in the army and in wars. Absence of body is better than presence of mind. meaning that you're better if when they do whatever they do, if you have your body parts away. Always keep a little bit of distance. So when they kick you, you've loose arms. You don't want your leg or your hand or your head right over a beast, because you can't get away time enough. They'll move faster than you. You must have that little bit of space. It means you're not as efficient every time, but it means that you're just that bit away. Remember again, absence of body is better than presence of mind. Keep that little distance there. You're not brought up to it, acclimatizing to it is not that easy, and that's a problem with youngsters on farms. But I've known people from Dublin City who were left farms by relatives because they were related to them and the farmers had nothing. And they came and they ran them and they made a good success of it. So that can be done. So that's all now. Thank you very much for looking in, and I hope that is of some help. And I'm not genuinely not showing off. It's well worth doing, and it shows on your cattle after a while, and they begin to like having their tails cut. So they're there now, my few there, and there's the crush, and I'll leave it at that. So, folks, and see you back. See you back, and thanks very much. Oh, by the way, I said a glove. You need a glove for handling the pour-on, because if it soaks into your skin, it might not be good. Some people say keep the lice off you, but wear a glove on one hand. It's not so easy wear them on the two, but wear a glove to stop it soaking in. Try not to get into your system. That's it. Bye. Bye.